Hi, welcome to your half an hour of yoga. This will be really simple, really energizing, and really 30 minutes long. So let's get started. Come to your mat and find yourself in a child's pose. Relax your forehead, take off your glasses, and find the effortless rhythm of your breath. For this period of time that we practice asana, think about initiating movement with breath and tie everything you do to gratitude. Friends, we are this healthy and we are this loved. Let's begin. Quadruped. All right, place your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and extend out your right leg straight. Squeeze your leg tight and square off your hip. Roll your outer hip down and flare the base of your foot. You really want to squeeze from your glute to your big toe mound. Make it true. Inhale, lengthen your left arm straight up, thumb up. Exhale, put your elbow to your knee and tuck your tummy tight. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, place your elbow to your knee. Pull your tummy in. Inhale, lengthen out. Baby bow. Bend your knee. Capture your foot as able. Kick into your hand and look at your supporting hand. Make sure your first finger is true north and your hand is a little forward of your shoulder. Kick. Change. Second side. Extend now your left leg straight out. And again, anybody can lift a leg. Let's light it up. Square off your hip, flare out your toes, and squeeze from your glute all the way through the big toe mound. Inhale, lengthen your right hand up. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen out. Baby bow. Bend your knee, capture your foot as able, kick into your hand. I say as able because if you're not reaching there, that's okay. This is just for a round of breath. Change. All fours. Inhale, cow spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees a lot and cha-cha your hips. Tuck your chin and relax through your shoulders. You can do this if you push into the heels of your hands. So notice how that works. Bend your elbows a little bit, then send your elbow seams toward the front of your room. So if you're using a mirror, toward the mirror. Bend your knees more, push your chest to your thighs, and shake your head out like you're saying no worries. Nod your head yes. Good job doing something good for you. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk to the top of your mat. Inhale for a nice halfway lift, a good flat back. Exhale, forward fold, gorilla. Walk your feet hip distance apart and then put your thumbs into your elbow gaps. Bend your knees a lot. Rock side to side. Tuck your chin and let the crown of your head hang heavy. Please soften through your knees. Notice how this is more for your spine than for your hammies right now. Shift back and forth, back and forth. Change. Walk your feet together, toes and heels to touch. Put your hands on your hips. Now stand up safe. Look at me. Lift your face first. And come to your mountain, Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, inhale. Circle sweep your arms, raise them up. Now right here, gently look at the ceiling. Inhale, lift your heart and raise your arms. Take a gentle back bend. You can bend your elbows to get a little bit deeper. Squeeze your glutes, lift your heart, go back, more back. Change. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Now hold on here. Push off the floor and keep your hips the height of your heart. You can drop your knees, that's okay. Spiral out your fingers. Take a round of breath. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and hoist your hips. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, half scorpion. Bend your knee, roll open your hip. Notice your right shoulder, turn it down. Circle out your ankle. And again, take whatever movement feels good here. This is nice to be upside down if you haven't been in a couple of days. And this is good. Inhale, lengthen three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Now step your foot behind your hand. Take as many steps as you need to make that true. And put your back knee on the floor. Come on up. Get organized. And put your hands to your thigh. Inhale to lift up. And exhale to drop down. Now, see this nice long shape. This is what you're looking for here. Lengthen and open through your left hip flexor. Lift your left arm up high and raise your palm, turn down. And open up. Change. Two hands find the floor. Hook your back toes. Let's step you to the front of the mat. 2 feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Salute the sun. Drop your hips. Lift your face first. Then you can have your arms out. Lift and go back. Exhale, fold forward, hands through your heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Put your hands down. Identify your right leg. Step it back. Low lunge, second side. So drop your back knee down. Let's come up. Get organized. Place your hand onto your thigh. Fix your hair. And drop your hips. Let's add on. Drop forward. Inhale, sweep your right arm high. Exhale, draw your arm. And drop. Feels good to move with breath. And again, notice how this feels. You want to drop your hips forward. Raise your heart and then reach to the left. Stretch. Change. Two hands find the floor. Come back to tabletop. Inhale, cow spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, friends. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale to a warrior one. So walk your foot behind your right hand. Turn your back foot flat. Again, and rise up. Come down. Now warrior one, let's get into it. Square your hips to the front. Carve out the lowest lunge that you can. Then inhale, raise your arms, and exhale, take a back bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, low lunge. Put your back knee down. Touch your mat. Shift back, half splits. Now if this is for you, soften up your knee and gently guide your hip back. We're not trying to stress out your hamstring. You just warmed up. So soften your knee a little bit, lift your heart, and gently peel back. All right, change. Come back through your low lunge. Let's step to the front of the mat. 2 feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Salute the sun. Drop your hips. Now, if your back is sensitive, you could go hands to heart center to rise up. Just make sure you go eyes up to rise up. Take a back bend as you feel called to. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Let's go back to plank this time. Again, tummy tight, hips the height of your heart. You can drop your knees. Find a round of breath. Downward facing dog. Hoist your hips. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, warrior one. So put your foot behind your left hand. And again, take as many steps as you need to get there. Check out your back foot. Make sure it's flat. And for ease to your back, you could go hands to hips to rise up. Warrior one, come on up. Let's get low. Let's get organized. So again, fix your pants. Square your hips. Carve out a deep, deep lunge and lift your chest. Warrior one works best if you have a nice wide stance like this. And you can cactus arms to back bend like we did. Inhale to rise. Exhale, low lunge. So lift your back heel, put your knee down, be where we were, half splits. Again, you can work your foot to the midline to breathe and lift up. And exhale to hinge back. Oh, this is a nice stretch. So again, notice if you're hyperextending. Soften your knee a little bit. Dig your heel down. Help your hip back. So you should feel the sensation at the belly of the muscle. That's behind the knee crease and well below your hip. You never want to feel any tension at the joint. Big breath. And drop back. Ooh, that feels good. All right. Let's change. Listen carefully. Come back to low lunge feet and let's pivot all 10 toes to Padottanasana. Hang out. Hang out. Tuck your chin and relax. This is a good place to let your spine drop. I like to call this lazy dog. So for lazy dog, you could separate your feet and walk your arms forward Drop your heart. And with your toes pigeon-toed in, there's no drama of holding up your upper body with your arms. And there's just all the loveliness of hanging out and putting blood sugar and oxygen into your spine. Yay. All right. Now walk your hands to the midline. Let's get a closer stance for some horse. So walk your feet in, toes and heels a little bit. Now listen carefully. Hands to hips. How do we come up? It's always eyes up to rise up. Now horse stance. Flip out your toes. Sink down your hips. And be like a squat, not a ballet plie. You know, you want to have your spine in its natural curves here. Hands to hips. Those are your thighs. And drop to a twist. Look behind your right shoulder. Come on up. Look behind your left shoulder. Come on up. All right. Star pose. Parallel feet, palms to meet. Warrior two. Pivot your left foot toes to the front and look at the front mirror. Crescent lunge. Lift your back heel. Low lunge. Put your knee down. Hands to your thigh. Stretch back. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, stretch back. It takes about 10 to 30 seconds for your muscle to realize you mean no harm. So let's use a couple of breaths to push your heel down, pull back your hip. All right. Change. Come back to your low lunge. Step to the front. 2 feet to touch. Toes and heels together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Salute the sun. Drop your hips. And you can circle your arms up again. Just eyes up. Rise up. Maybe add a back bend. Exhale, fold forward, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back to low lunge again. And then let's crescent to the second side. So pivot all your toes to the other side. Take your Padottanasana, your wide-legged fold. Inhale to lift your heart. And exhale to deepen. Bless you, Guinness. He sneezed. And we're all trying to cover our sneezes and stay healthy. Hope you're doing well, friends. I hope you're healthy. Let's take a twist. Put your left hand to your right ankle and a half bind with your free arm. Bend your bottom elbow a lot so you can peek behind your right shoulder. Change. Second side. Put your right hand to your left ankle as able. Shorten your stance if you need to. Take a half bind and again bend your bottom elbow. Tuck your chin so the back of your neck is long. And relax into this. It's such a nice thing to do. You're doing so many good things for your organs, rinsing them out upside down. And of course, replenishing blood sugar and oxygen into your brain. And with a twist, your organs like that. All right, now hands to hips, horse. Remember, eyes up to rise up. Come into horse stance. Get organized. Let's take the twist. Drop your shoulder to look past the left side. Come center. Drop your shoulder to look past the right side. Remember, twists are safest above the belly button. So really make the mobility happen in your shoulders here. Come back to horse. Inhale, circle sweep your arms. Star pose. Parallel your feet. Palms to meet. Warrior two now with your right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Here we go. You've got your back heel lifted. Put your knee down. Half splits. Peel your hips back. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to hinge. Okay, so we are a little warmed up now, so we can stretch a little deeper. But again, notice, if you feel pain behind the knee crease, you're messing it up. So soften your knee and help your hip back. Inhale to lift your heart. And exhale to hinge and stretch. If you want more, make your hands a little closer to the mirror. If you want deeper, inhale to get tall. And exhale, push your heel down. Help your hip back. All right, change. Let's come back to tabletop. So all fours. Inhale, cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, knees low. Walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift with a nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Salute the sun. Drop your hips, eyes up. Remember, lift your face first. Gather, climb, hands to heart. And let's pause. All right, let's get some balancing postures in. So get organized here. And let's start off with tree pose. Now, I'm loving that I have a chair next to me. Remember, this is all levels, so if your balance is something you're kind of wobbly on a carpet, or maybe your mat is feeling a little bit extra cushiony, put your hand on a chair. There's no shame there. If it's for you, put your right foot above or below your knee, your right hand to your heart, left hand to your heart. Tuck your tailbone down. See how that works? Push leg to foot, foot to leg. If you feel called to, grow your branches here. Relax your shoulder shrugs. Breathe. If you'd like more, look up at the ceiling. Find your eyes on the horizon, hands to heart center. Let's draw here for a breath. Change. Second side. Shift your work to your right leg, and again, put your left foot above or below your knee. But the story doesn't end there. Pull your tailbone down so you knit your rib cage. This is as much a core exercise as it is a balance practice. How is that so? Well, because the core starts in the floor. Notice how if you lift up your big toe and then just set the tip of it down, this helps you get organized in your inner thigh, and it informs your ankle muscles of stability. And then pull your navel to spine, and there you go. Different idea. Interlace your fingers, turn them inside out, push away the mirror, push away the ceiling. And maybe today, let's do a little bit of Tai Chi with your arms. Make a serpent with your top hands. You cross your wrists and you press your fingertips together. Bend your elbows, and this is the tree shape in Tai Chi. Fingers up. Turn your palms open, and let's rise and make the mountain for Tai Chi. So you touch your fingertips, and then you make your hands come down like they're sliding down the sides of a mountain. Let's do the ocean. You bring your arms behind you, and you take them behind your ears, and you push away like a wave. And then you can collect your little chi ball here, and waves over the cloud. Waves over the cloud. All right, hands to heart center and change. Inhale, circle sweep your arms. Take the biggest breath yet. Maybe add your little back bend. And on your exhale, fold forward, touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, Malasana. Please walk your feet to mat width and turn your toes out. Take a little low squat. Place your elbows into your inner thigh line. Shift back and forth. And feel this nice ability to lengthen your low back while you help open up your hips. So if you put your elbows into your knees, kind of push them away, that can help. All right, now take your left hand, put it behind you, sit down, place your feet flat, and we can lean back for just a brief little bit of a boat. You can hold your knees, you can raise your arms, or you can keep your legs straight. If you want a whole bunch, you put your arms up. But keep your chest up, your chin down, your eyes open, and your beautiful breath flowing. Let's get some core. Put your feet down, palms outstretched, and slowly low for 4, 3, 2, time. Now tuck your tailbone under, and let's get a few crunches. Exhale to come up. Keep your chin off your chest. Your back really flat. Tuck your tail under each time you come up. Really bring navel to hip. 10. Nice. 8. 7. 6. 5. Last 4. 3. 2. Time. Side obliques. Drop your knees off to the right. Have your fingertips behind your ears. Lift your top leg. And then look up at the ceiling. It's rib to hip. Lift your chin and squeeze in. Breathe out to come up. 10. Nice. 8. 7. Last. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Say hi to Milo. Hello. And change. Second side. Bring 2 knees off to the left. And here we are. Lift up. Now, the only reason your leg is up is so that it frees up your hip to come up to the rib And it creates a little space for the rib to reach down to touch the hip. 10. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Okay, lie on your back. Bring your knees 90 degrees. Tuck your tail under all the way. So you keep not a space under your back, but a super flat spine. Bicycle. Go left to right, right to left. Okay, 10. Nice. 8, 7, 6. Keep your chin up. 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last time, bridge pose. Press your heels. Lift your hips. And that's a nice counter measure. Press your heels and lift your hips. Make this true. Dig your heels down and make it like you're trying to dent your mat. Lift your hips up. Okay, now let's add to this. Walk your feet to the midline. Kick up your right leg and let's press. Press your left heel. Let's go 10. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Second side. And it's up. Press your heel. Up. Try to touch the ceiling. Up. Up. Here we go. 10. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2, and time. Oh, yeah. Okay. Butterfly. Feet together. Knees apart. Put one hand on your tummy. Put one hand on your heart. Feel your pulses. Feel them slow. Breathe slower. And observe. As your lungs and your heart get into coherence. Communion. And for a moment, notice that you are alive and you are breathing. Okay, so while we're down here, let's get some final asanas. Now you can get a really effective half pigeon stretch on your back if you take your right foot and you cross it over your left knee and you invite your legs closer to you. Now, yeah, you can reach your thigh bone, but if you're curvy like me, I like to hold my foot and help my elbow, left elbow into my, that's my right elbow into my right knee. And now notice the top foot. I'm flexing it and I want you to pretend that I'm pushing your foot down. So take your foot and move it toward you with a 90-degree knee ankle. And that's awesome. This can be really good for addressing any tight hips that we have in a radically different lifestyle these days. Don't beat yourself up. Thank yourself for taking good care of you. All right, change, second side. So put your left ankle on your right knee. Use your left elbow to push away left knee as you guide. Again, you're not trying to force anything here, but pretend my hand is on your right foot and it's pushing down toward you. Flex your knee and ankle. Fill your lungs. As you exhale, use your left elbow to push away left knee and observe any stretching sensation you feel in your outer external hip rotator of your left side. And if you don't feel it, maybe you don't need it. Maybe you're not as tight as I am in the hips. That's how I'm put together. Not for lack of stretching. So honor your body that brought you to your mat today. Big breath. Deep, deep stretch. Change. Happy baby. Separate your feet and hold onto your arches as able. And you can rock it side to side. The main idea here is to really push your feet down as you are trying to kick your feet into your hands. Get your arms involved. Get a little bit of bicep action here. We can do some yoga sculpt tomorrow, but today, let's just make this be about stretching a little bit and feeling great, not any worries. I said bicep, and all of a sudden I stressed out. So not to worry. We'll get biceps tomorrow. Big breath. On your exhale, pull, pull. Okay, change. All right, now let's go into a supine twist. I'm going to turn so that my head is to the mirror. And these will be our last couple of asanas before a guided shavasana and meditation. So checking your time. Yeah, we can afford that. We got 5 minutes. So here we go. Invite your right knee to your chest. Take a breath. And on your exhale, help your knee over to the side. Now, I've got a pillow here. I recommend this. If your knee doesn't touch the floor, that's okay. You never want to force it. You could put a cushion there. And then your only agenda item is to help your right shoulder down. Again, twists are safest if they're above the belly button. If you're feeling any pain here in your SI joint, you've gotten too excited and you're going too far. That's me, so I'm going to dial it back a little bit. Breathe high up into your ribs. And then exhale deep down into your twist. All right, change. Gather both of your knees to your chest and let's assemble your second side. So help your right leg down, help your left knee over. And again, I got too excited about that other side, so I'm going to be gentler on this side. Help your left shoulder down. And see how this knee is sticking up? I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to stress out. I'm sure as heck not going to push it down. But I could rest my heel on my knee. And that's what I'm encouraging you to consider. Not to force, but just to find, can you help your left shoulder down more? Can you listen to your breath flowing? Every time you stop to listen to your breathing, you're stopping to listen to the truth. And the present moment. All right, let's change. Fetal position, gather both of your knees and rest onto your right side here. Now, instead of turning you over to a shavasana, let's spend our last couple of minutes together in a guided meditation. So you can lie down. You be there in your shavasana or join me in an easy, comfortable seat. Close your eyes. And for a gift, let's give you 2.5 minutes of silence. If your brain gets busy, go ahead, start from scratch. Got about a minute left. There you go. Now let's finish together. Bring your hands to heart center and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking a half an hour for you. And thank yourself for staying inside, staying away from the world just for this little bit of time. You're doing good things for people just by being home. Remove any sense of shame from not being busy, from eating carbohydrate, from maybe eating more than you normally do, sitting more than you normally would. Take this time to go inside and be happy for this health. Be happy for this amount of good, strong, happy time for you. By our thoughts, our words, our deeds, and our actions, may we contribute to the greater good of the earth and all who walks upon it. Thank you for letting me encourage your efforts today. Namaste.